Revel is so bad for this deck.
Zach Allen on your right, Robert Wright on your left. I guess if you're Zach, you really hope they never draw Eidolon. They'll shake, good sportsmanship. And Zach Allen is, he's on the draw too, oh boy. Robert Wright's going to start by sacrificing a Arid Mesa. I think we're gonna we're gonna see a mountain. Actually, gonna be a Sacred Foundry, and now here comes the Goblin Guide. This could get ugly, folks.
This is just so bad.
Yeah, this could get ugly.
Reveals Angel Song.
Oh.
I believe this is a Cycling Fog.
Very well done. How much does it normally cost?
2 mana.
Correct. Take a look at Angel's Song. I want to remember what set it's from. It's in the same set as Rock's War Monk, which is Shards of Alara. I remember that. There's an ancestral vision.
So I think Zach Allen has done the industry standard at this point was if you're playing with Nexus of Fate to just make your deck entirely foil so it's not marked.
That's smart, yes. That is smart. There's another Angel Song. Okay. Zach Allen has fallen down to 15 already. Robert Wright is going to sacrifice and play a Grim Lavamance. You said there aren't enough of those. There you go.
2 main deck copies here in Robert Wright's list. I think it's a good time to be playing 2 in the main. So not bad to have a little bit of an ability to deal damage outside of combat here with Zach Allen, you know, fogging. Oh, that's one of us.
Oh, come on.
Expedition on the battlefield.
Yeah, that's obviously you. Sing me a song, Angel. Sing me a song. 2, prevent all combat damage that would be dealt this turn, cycle 2. Well, if you're Zach Allen, I guess you have to hope that Robert Wright floods out. Is that the plan? Picked up a land. You don't play anything for Searing Blaze.
If Wright is just all on creatures, and you can fog out, but yeah, it's hard to beat spells from here.
Boros Charm. Attack with the Knuckleheads. Trigger Goblin Guide. Reveal a Hollowed Fountain. All right. Sacrifice this land. I imagine basic planes, because that's a Flooded Strand, and now sing a little song. Looks like Zach Allen's going to fall down to 10 after all is said and done. Okay. Here we go. Got a long way to go before we get to 7 mana, by the way. That's part of the appeal of Bant Nexus is that it ramps. This one, I mean, Zach is 4-1. No buys either, so. So you got Expedition, and you might get pregame effect too. You get pregame effect with those, that white ley line. Tell you what. Snapcaster Mage the draw. All right, Hollow Fountain tap, pass the turn back. Lavamancer going to go Lavamancing. Zach down to 8. Kind of rooting for Zach to win now, though. This matchup's tough. It could be a great underdog tale. Here come the Knuckleheads. Trigger Goblin Guide. Glacial Fortress, add it to the grip. Sing a song. Dead.
Easy does it.
All right. Robert Wright's going to win again right here over Zach Allen. Burn very quickly up a game over Blue-White Nexus as these players are going to be getting ready to go to the drawing board in just a moment. That's
easy.
Why you played Burn, huh?
Not so much for the fog matchup, but it is a nice side benefit.
That's why you like to play. That's why you like to play the old Burn deck. I don't know. Burn looked good there. 4-1 too.
Yeah, like I said, I think the deck's fine. There's no standout matchups that are really positive for you, and the Jeskai decks are quite bad. So I don't think it's the best time to be playing the deck necessarily, but still plenty good.
What if it's Ben S's Jeskai deck? No Snapcasters.
That's worse for you.
That's worse for you?
Yeah.
Oh, I figured like Snap Helix, you just
no.
lose.
Your Searing's being dead. Dragged out on a long game is
okay.
Worse.
All right, got it. All right, sideboards. We're going to start with Zach Allen. 4 Leyline of Sanctity, great place to start. 3 Damping Sphere, going to help against combo. 3 Negates, 2 Path Exile, Dispel, a Terminus, and a Vendilion Click. There it is.
Yeah, so you definitely want the 4 ley lines. The 3 Negates are great. The Dispel's great. And some amount of Path and Terminus stuff I would play as well.
All right, let's go to Robert Wright. 3 destructive. Ooh, he's got revelries. This is bad. 3 destructive revelries, 3 path to exile, 2 exquisite firecraft, 2 graft digger's cage, 2 relic of progenitus, 2 searing blood, and boom, a deflecting palm.
I would bring in the 2 relics and the 3 copies of Destructive Revelry.
This is some pretty straightforward stuff.
Yeah, cut the 4 copies of Searing Blaze and a Helix for those cards.
Helix you cut just because it's the least efficient burn spell?
Yeah,
Yeah.
just he's not going to threaten your life total, so.
Okay. Well, those are the options there for both players. This is some pretty straightforward stuff. See if Zach Allen can maybe get a ley line to kick things off. That would give Patrick the bingo win and Zach a fighting chance. We'll see. In the meantime, we're going to talk about the StarCityGames.com, a YouTube page where you can watch the Versus series with Brad Nelson, Todd Anderson, Todd Stevens, Ross Merriam, and sometimes even Jim Davis. You got Commander Versus with Justin Parnell. He's your host. Jonathan Suarez, Jeremy Knoll, and, of course, the American Dream, Stephen Green. Flashback with Todd Anderson you saw today. You'll see it probably another time this weekend. Same thing can be said for Jim Davis's flashback as well. We'll have more of those coming out as we make our way through the rest of our team here in Star City. Best of SCG Tour moments. Also, the best of the SCG Tour. You can watch replays and highlights of some of our best moments and matches on the SCG Tour and a whole bunch more. Subscribe today at youtube.com/StarCityGames. Become one of over 130,000 subscribers. You can watch the replay of this game that we're about to watch here later next week. Hopefully it's a longer one than that first game, as Robert Wright's got a big smile on his face. I would too. Pretty good matchup for our burn player here.
Didn't even need a skull crack.
It's true.
No, but that's not a trivial thing. Your creatures do get locked out pretty fast in matchups like this. So being able to have enough haste to get the ball rolling before Allen was really set up and then finishing the game out. No skull crack needed. Just some Lavamancer activations, spikes.
Easy does it.
Easy does it.
Easy does it. Old B-Charm. I wonder what like the next great burn spell they're going to print is. I always kind of think about this. It's like, what's the next like good pump spell they're going to print? Or like what's the next... Like the last great burn spell is probably Boros Charm. That sound right?
Yeah. I mean, that's a fine choice. Searing Blood, was that before or after? After, right?
I think that was after.
Yeah. I mean, that one's a little different, obviously, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I will say, like Stoke the Flames, that was a great burn spell, I think.
Yeah.
I liked that card.
Yep.
Even though it doesn't see play. Also, I think Stoke the Flames is the kind of card that you can reprint and it'd be totally fine.
Yeah, I mean, you would have to decide to do Convoke or whatever. But in terms of rate, yeah, I think that card. For the places where the burn spells have gone wrong in Standard historically, it's more about critical mass than it is about any one individual card.
Okay.
Like, if you have Lightning Bolt, I mean, obviously that's a super powerful and warping card, and you have to be eyes wide open about it. You really aren't at risk of things going haywire as long as you also aren't printing like Lava Spike and another good a 2-deal 4 at the same time. That's where it's gone bad. Critical mass. So I think Wizards is a lot more wise about, there's one good push burn spell in a standard format, but rarely 2.
Well, looks like Zach's going to go down to 6. Maybe on the hunt for that ley line. I already see you reaching for that stamper there, looking for your big W.
No.
Trying to fade it.
Trying to get my water.
I just want to win bingo. That's all I want. Zach is in a very, very difficult matchup. You saw that last game. He suspended Ancestral Vision on turn 1 on the play. Didn't even get to resolve it.
Classic.
Yeah.
I think it's reasonable here from Allen's position when you have a card as good as Leyline of Sanctity to be willing to throw back a sketchy 6-card hand.
Yeah.
Because you have something that actually KOs Wright some percentage of the time.
That's legit. That's legit.
If he's on 1 or 0 creatures and all spikes and doesn't have a Revelry, like that is game.
Yeah.
So if you're looking at a 6-card hand that's not very good that normally you would keep, I think when you have a card as good as Leyline, you can afford to be aggressive and try to find that and win off of a 5-card hand backed by that card.
I think that is totally fair. Also, you mulligan to 5, but your Leyline might KO some of their cards, so they mulligan to 5.
So like it could be like a mulligan to 2.
Yeah.
Like I've had 5 spikes and 2 lands and had that card played against me on the first turn, and it's just okay. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I like the thought process there. I do. I think it's smart. 5 cards now for Zach. He's, oh boy.
No, it's the same. It's still the same principle applies. If you've got a 5-card hand that's like a fine 5-card hand as far as 5-card hands go, but no real path to winning the game, it's just some lands and a spell, let's say, something like that. Go to 4. Your ley line in your opening hand has got to have more potential equity in winning the game than a bad 5-card hand with no path to anything good.
It's getting tough. We'll see what happens, though.
Now, I'm not to say that maybe his 5-card hand was just really bad, whatever, but I say go hunting. Once you're here, go hunting.
Well, Zach, I think, is he's resigned to keeping. Top card becomes the bottom one. Does he have a ley line? Does he have a ley line? He does not. Celestial Colonnade is where he will start. Inspiring Vantage into a Rift Bolt.
Yeah, if Wright's hand is a turn 1 Rift Bolt, turn 0 ley line could just totally ice it.
Could be a turn 2 Eidolon, though.
Sure, but you keep hands that are just 5 spells all the time.
It's true. Here's an Ancestral Vision. Bolt. Gonna bring Zach Allen down to 17. Wright will draw, and actually it looks like Wright actually has a copy of Destructive Revelry in hand. Not sure if green mana is available, but Wright actually doesn't. Okay, doesn't have a creature, so Vision's gonna come on down to 3. Stranger things have happened here, as there's a Field of Ruin. Here's a Boros Charm. That is a negate. Just fighting back at least a little. So we head back over to Robert Wright. That's a Monastery of Swiftspear. Sacrifice a land. I think we're going to go searching for maybe a green mana, and here's a Lightning Helix. We'll actually just get a basic Mountain Wool, right? So no interest in casting Revelry here. Doesn't need to be worried about playing it.
Well, also, if he has the Revelry already in hand, once you see Field of Ruin, you got to hold it.
Okay, sure.
Because these people know they've only got the one green source. So if your Stomping Ground gets tagged, you're just locked out of Revelry for the whole game.
Vision down to 2. Oh, well, would you look at that?
All right.
That means that Ancestral Vision might actually resolve this game. Down to 1. Draw a card. Hallowed Fountain tap. Pass the turn back. Back over to Robert Wright we go. That's a Swiftspear. This is a Lightning Bolt. Takes 7 total. Zach Allen down to 5. Right with, I think, just 2 cards left in hand, one of which is Destructive Revelry. Ancestral Visions did it!
Congratulations.
Ba-ba-ba-ba! Got to draw the first card by itself, of course, because of miracles.
Killing someone with an Ancestral on Suspend with Burn is the second most satisfying way to do it. The most satisfying being having the visions come off and having it triggering a lethal Eidolon.
You're a monster.
That's the better way.
Yeah, you are a monster. Search for Escanta is not exactly what the doctor ordered, but here it is. Over to Robert Wright we'll go. That is a Stomping Ground untapped. Kaboom. Negate there. Burn spell here. That's a Goblin Guide, actually. Either way, that's going to be more than enough to get it done. Robert Wright's going to win this game and match here over Zach Allen.